issue. It'd be a quick break here between the two maps. It's now Inferno. Similar, I mean, yeah, you sounded genuinely surprised that 3D Max got that comeback, and I'm with you on that boat. I actually thought that Epsilon getting 7 rounds on the first half on T side Mirage, that was a little bit too much for the Finns to handle, really. It turned out to be different, though.
Yeah, it turned out to be really tricky, which I'm pretty surprised about because that's the thing that Epsilon they need to be focusing on. Like on Inferno, for example, their CT side is very good. So I'm surprised that on Mirage they weren't quite able to bring that level up there, Epsilon, and start landing those shots. I mean, Fox Yo as well, who had such a tremendous first half, and we saw that on the scoreboard as well. I think he ended the map with 25 frags. He just couldn't have the impact on CT side. He was that's when he started to actually come off a little bit and start missing shots.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of an issue there for Epsilon. I'm hoping that's not going to affect their minds too much going on to their map now, Inferno. That's the other thing. This is now their pick.
Yeah, it is. So if they win it, we'll go on to Dust 2, which is pretty much anybody's map. I mean, it'd be tons of fun watching Alu and Stonda fight the Fox Show on that map. So I'm looking forward to it if it happens, but they have to get over this hurdle first of all. Now, you did talk about GMX a little bit and said, yes, he's calling the shots on Epsilon, and he was only at 9 kills then, didn't break into double digits, and that's obviously a big problem. And it's a surprise, because actually, I think GMX is actually like an in-game leader who does pretty well, like managing both calling and fragging usually. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe just like a slow start for him personally as well, and who knows, maybe he'll catch up on it. Usually GMX is not a guy who'll just like roll over like that, so we'll see. I'll switch it over to the map, though, because we're almost, we almost got everyone on here, on Inferno, that is. So, before we go any further, big thanks to all of you for joining us. Of course, this is the ESL Pro League, and I'm Anders, with me Summer, of course, and we're at the ESL channel here. Normally, we'd be at Room on Fire, but we do love coming out and hanging out with the ESL crew, because they run things so damn smoothly that it is just a pleasure. So, big thanks to ESL. Hope you guys will give them a little bit of credit as well. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter. I think our Twitters are in the chat, although sometimes it says that we are in fact Alex Richardson and Pansy, which is not quite true. Though, I almost wish it was, right. Lauren is it's a wonderful grill, so
yeah, who wouldn't want to be Pansy, man?
Exactly. Now, we should get Pansy on here one day. She was casting just yesterday after having been doing other work in other areas of esports, and I know she was really excited to get back. Exactly, World of Tanks, but she was super excited to get back into it. So that's cool. I hope to see her soon as well at one event or other. And I know she had just been at the dentist. And Samuel, you know who else has just been to the dentist?
You?
Yes. Do you want to take a guess at how long it's been since I've been to the dentist?
Since the mid-'80s?
It's not far off, man. I haven't been to the dentist for 15 years, or I hadn't been for 15 years. But I have. There's a good explanation. It's because I'm an idiot. I don't know why I didn't go. I just didn't. I'm not even afraid of going to the dentist. I'm just too lazy, I guess. But it turned out everything was fine. They said, we don't even want to see you for another year and a half. You're doing just fine. So keep it up. And I was like, okay, that's pretty lucky. So the story is, go to the dentist, guys. Don't push it for 15 years. It's really not worth it. And I was sweating bullets before I got. And I thought, this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be them just giving me a new mouth or something.
No, yeah, this is what the doctor, you just see him grin, and he's like, oh, I've been waiting all year to use this, and he goes and reaches behind the desk, and he's got a shiny new hammer.
Yeah.
He's like, he starts polishing it, like, old Betty here, she was just waiting to get a crack at someone.
Yeah. Could have gone horribly wrong. But, yeah. This time, I guess, fortune favored me just a little bit, and I appreciate that. Now, moving on to the game. It's the second map here, and it's Epsilon versus 3D Max. Best of 3 game, gone to the second map. First map, 3D Max so far behind initially, 7-1, but they made it back to an 8-7 scoreline, so they won 7 rounds in a row afterwards, and just barely won the first half, and then they made a great comeback on the second half, and ended up winning the whole map, which is their map pick now. It's Epsilon's turn to see if they can win Inferno here, and I think a knife round would be kind of nice. I mean, it is Inferno. It's still CT-sided, so, just get to start on that CT side and win it back. Not too bad.
Yeah, and it's looking likely as well, actually, here. Let's see. 2v3. Do you think it really would make that big of a difference though for Epsilon? I mean, sure, they're gonna get their CT side right now, their CT start. But after that last CT side, do you feel like they just want to go back to T side and be like, okay, that CT side, it never happened. Let's go T. Let's figure it out.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've started the habit of repeating myself on this point, which is that it sort of feels like the pistol rounds are more important than knife rounds. So like winning knife is good if you can also win the pistol round. But if you lose the knife round and win the pistol round, you're going to choose that every time, you know. So I think it comes down to that. That's true on all maps, but
That's valid.
yeah, it's more true on some maps than others, though. Like if you're playing Nuke or Overpass, to hell with the knife round if you could just win the pistol, right? That would be insane. But if you could always choose that, maps like these, it's still nice enough to start on CT side. I think like it still feels alright.
Yeah, and Inferno in particular. It's still one of those CT-sided maps. It didn't go through that shift like Dust 2 did. Well, it was already there, pretty much, like Dust 2 did. I think, actually, can we say that there's a T-sided map left in the pool?
Not really. So. Nope, I wouldn't say so.
That's pretty much it. It's like, Dust 2 used to be the one, that the hero of the terrorists, right? The champion, you know, the one map that survived, and that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah, maybe Season, but that wasn't really ever in like the full map pool. So no, I'd say Dust 2 used to be the one map there. Now we're getting ready with it here. ESL Pro League. Welcome to the show, guys. It's actually 2 people with grenades and 2 with body armor, and then Scream with a 5-7. So there's a little bit of everything going on here on the Epsilon side. And 3D Max though, they have a Glock train ready. They have 1 flashbang and 1 smoke in case they need it, and that could be just like the catalyst for the train though. That could be what sets it off going.
And really patient play here from Epsilon. They're taking fights, but they're coming out ahead. They've done some serious damage to Not2 and Disturbed both. First smoke. I mean, this is the smoke for 3D Max. It's going to go down to block off short. So what is this going to lead to? I mean, they've got the bomb up in balcony. It could be just a straight balcony rush.
I would like that, except there's 2 people in the pit. One of them already used their grenades, and Biggie's got the smoke off. The timing is so good right here. 3D Max, are they going to ignore it? Yes, they do not care. They're going to run right through. Caron gets the opening kill. We see down in pit trying to reload, but it is a completely overwhelming, like you said, out of apartments push coming here. Scream and Fox now, the 2-star players left 2v4 with the bomb down trying to retake. I don't know how this is going to work out.
Yeah, it's looking grim. It's looking real grim here. I mean, they've got HP. Scream has got a 5-7. Foxio as well. They're working together. I like that they're both moving up short together. But then this opens them up for the crossfire. Caron jumping on that. He's going to take out Foxio. Stonda's going to find Scream. And Epsilon end up walking right into the blender. So there you have it. That was about as good as it gets for 3D Max.
Yeah, absolutely great.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say they even lost some guy disconnecting in the middle of everything, but I think he was the guy dying, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think that was Not2. Yeah, it's Not2. So, I think he disconnected. I think he died early, maybe from the apartments push. I can't remember. But still, not the biggest impact.
But I mean, the way they set this up, they actually smoked towards quad, and generally the way you smoke, you run the other way, right? You want to smoke so you can get in towards the other way. But so I think they threw the smoke in anticipation that maybe if Epsilon had some people on the A side, those people would rotate this way. And then when they came out of apps, they would, and then through quad, of course, through their own smoke, they'd have like a much easier way. Because the one thing you don't want when you're going out apartments and quad, you don't want 2 people in the pit. So actually, Epsilon even had a very, very decent setup to deal with exactly what 3D Max were doing. And if it wasn't for some godlike entry frags, it would have pretty gone horribly wrong. Biggie even put the smoke up at the right time. There were so many things that were stacked against what 3D Max were doing. Epsilon didn't bite on the smoke going down towards quad or anything. So I don't know. That was just yeah. Again, entry frags, they mean so much. You can have such good positions, but if you just get tagged or get downed immediately, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. That Glock train. As soon as 2 or 3 Glocks are facing you, it gets really touch and go there, unless you can hit that first headshot. A lot of it comes down to hitting that first headshot with the pistol. Basically, as they come out through the door onto balcony, you need to just annihilate the first guy through. Gives you just a second to breathe and set up for the next one to try and stop the push coming through. But that time it really didn't work out. 3D Max were able to get onto that site very quickly, and then it was just down to Scream and Foxio. And at that point, for Scream and Foxio, there really isn't a whole lot going for them. They know that if they go up long, they're walking into the pit guys, the guys who are sitting in pit, and they have to worry about the flanking from site and graveyard. Like a 3-way, basically 3 angles that they have to try and check. And then same thing for short.
Yeah.
Short, they're walking into a crossfire as well. It's just really brutal. A retake on A is so hard.
Yeah, it is difficult to deal with. Now, can I get someone in the chat just quickly telling me if Semler's volume is okay? Because I'm getting some people saying that you're a little bit too low. Try and turn you up just a few inches as well. And if you move your microphone just like 1 inch away again.
Brought it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound really fine to me now. I mean, your audio level's fine in my ears, but if the people in the audience can't hear exactly the same, then that's frustrating. So let me know. Thanks to the people on Twitter who already have told us, and now they have a break, we might as well use it for something constructive. So one of you guys who's subscribed to the ESL channel here, let us know, because obviously without the subscriber mode, we have crazy Finnish and crazy French people spamming the chat, or just crazy people in general. They can be from all countries, really.
Yeah. No, it's great, man. That's the thing. We don't discriminate when it comes to crazy. From everywhere, man. It's all good. Just keeping us entertained.
It's part of the value of Twitch chat. I think it's severely undervalued.
Where are we going though? Okay, it looks like Natu is back. Awesome, but he doesn't have his money.
Oh, the starting money.
He didn't get the win money.
Yeah, and if you're from Winland, I mean, you want the win money, right? That much is obvious.
ESL face it SLTV ban for Natu.
Who's saying that?
They said that Natu was like banned in clan base or something. So that's it. Volvo, please.
Clan base. God, that's been a long time. I remember the glory days when the #1 clan-based team in the world in Counter-Strike was a team called SOA, or Spirit of Amiga. It was a Danish team with Crashjack in it, and everyone from them, we were so proud. We were so proud that we had like the #1 team. Until it transpired that actually what SOA would do to stay #1, I mean, not exclusively, they were the best team for a while, but they could just deny taking challenges from anyone below them, and no team could ever like become #1 because the point system was set up so that to become #1 you needed to beat #1. So if #1 just never like accepted any challenges, they'd stay #1. Smart thinking. I love it. But yeah, those were the somewhat old days, I'd say, of Counter-Strike. Crashjack, he'd use the organ stuff like no one ever did that. It was crazy. Crazy.
He sounds like a true maestro. Why didn't he come to CS:GO, Anders?
I think Crashjack quit Counter-Strike long before even Source, I think, as far as I know. But there were some... I think Vence once told me there were a couple of people who made a transition, and then they played on the fake nicks for a long time in Source because they were so afraid that the 1.6 community would hate them if they switched to Source, so they'd fake it and were called something else, which is funny. Right. But I think those were the latest stages of SOA. I think that wasn't Crashjack. I think it was a couple of other people. So I guess Ven knows this history way better than I do, which is one of the cool things about Ven. Sorry to say he's not here tonight.
Yeah, I think he has some school stuff going on, right?
Something like that. He's otherwise occupied. He made the wrong choice in life at some point, and did school instead of Counter-Strike. It's not good.
He's not. Not everybody can be Maniac. Just finish like a master's degree in working psychology and still be playing for one of the best teams in the world. It's like, okay then, Maniac. You are a madman. It's one of the hardest working teams as well.
He's got like one semester left or something like that, right? I think he just said
he has 1 semester left, but he just finished his exam, so he's pretty much like in the bag.
That's incredibly cool. Well played to him. That's very, very that's very smart as well. If you can juggle it, then do both, but if you can't, then just do like me and quit university and do Counter-Strike instead. It's worth it.
Totally.
Oh yes. Well, I think it's not too far off that Device is done with school either.
I think he only has 1 semester as well.
Yeah, and they just joined TSM, so the timing is impeccable. Really, I love it.
Yeah, hold on. He should have 1 semester. I think Sipnix. I'm not sure if Sipnix has only 1 left or if he has more.
Wait, is he even in school? He's very young.
Yeah. Sipnix, like that was one thing that like it was a gripe because Device is actually like it's perfect for him to play in a CS team because he goes to a sporting college, right? It's like not a sporting college in that way, you filthy dogs. It's basically it promotes like sports teams and like athleticism and all this sort of thing in like in their students. So basically, if you play in a team, any kind of extracurricular activities as far as the team is concerned, you can take time off from school. You can do whatever the hell you want. It's all good. The school doesn't care so long as you're competing, right? Whereas Sipnix is in a very straight-laced school, so it's always been the problem for Dignitas. You know, getting Sipnix to get time off from school when his school is just like, what? You're playing video games? No, screw you.
Oh.
So. So a bit rough, but I think the timing works out perfect to end that story because we're back into the game, Anders.
Yes, and let's get it on here. GMX up in the apartments looking for Natu. C-set 75, and he's just dodging through the windows there. Very nice and clean kill. The rest of 3D Max, because they lost Natu, it kind of feels like they're a bit anxious to get into the bomb site, and they gotta be careful. If they run through the smoke right here, probably Epsilon will pick up the round.
Slaughter comes to mind. But then look at GMX right now and Underpass. This is real. I love it. What? Oh, they're going to walk around? Are they really checking? That's the question. Did Natu spot GMX in the death cam? Did he get an idea that GMX was going to push down second mid? Because look at how 3D Max are playing this right now. They are looking. They are acting like they know somebody's here. And there you go. Surprise, surprise, GMX. You got caught.
Oh, man, that's big. I mean, even if Natu didn't spot it, he could have just said, you got to be careful, boys, because I have no idea where this guy is going, and it's GMX. He could be anywhere. Foxio hiding in the corner. He misses all the bullets, and he's going to go down. You have to hit some of the bullets. That's like a key. That's a key point. Preferably, if some of them goes to your opponent's face, it's even better. Now the bomb's going to go down, and what looked like a really promising round for the Frenchman is sort of disappeared a little bit.
It's dwindling here very quickly. And they're actually making the call to back off at this point. This isn't the pistol round. They can hold on to this gear, use it for the next round, so there's no reason for Epsilon to just throw it away needlessly. That comes down to 2 kills, and 3D Max get a sight. That's incredible. It's like Sixth Sense, Sanders. They something tingled, and they realized if we go through this smoke on B site, we're all going to die a horrible death. We should go to A.
And you just know that if Hellraisers had been faced with the same choice of going through the smoke over at B, they would have been like, oh, whatever, let's just go. yeah, shots have been fired. I don't know, Hellraisers are definitely getting better at not losing the anti-ecos, but it's still it's a problem so many teams struggle with, and it's not always just because they're making bad decisions. It's also down to the fact that the pistols in this game are so good that it's almost unreal. It can be really hard to win against anti-ecos, but they made it work. But they're not quite done yet. There's still 3 armors and a bunch of pistols on the CT side, and again the same stack is going on with GMX hovering over at apartments. And this time Epsilon, though, they're not going to wait around for the kills. They're going to go and find them.
Holy hell, they do a lot of damage. They nearly take out Natu right there. Natu, what? Alu messed up an HE nade and killed Natu with it.
That is definitely not kawaii at all. That is not the way you want to start.
I love that you're trying to imitate me, bro, but not in a competitive game. Like, not an official, please. Like, I blow up my teammates all the time, but that's matchmaking, man. It doesn't matter.
Well, bit of a tribute, you think? I wouldn't rule it out. Oh, Uzi, though, burns alive in that corner. Foxio picks up the 1 kill, but he's going to go down, and Biggie has been smoked off, and he can't find the kill. So, yes, it's a 3-on-3, but the bomb... Oh, getting that kill is a big for Biggie. And he gets another one, all of it through the smoke. Great play right here. Stunned is going to go down. It's chiefly Biggie winning that round. If the bomb goes down, it's a 3-on-3 retake. I'd say 3D Max have a huge lead, but Epsilon, they come out ahead with that one.
Why in blazes did 3D Max try and go hunt for Biggie? That's the issue. And then they gift him a P90. We all know how good the P90 is. I feel like that was kind of a round that was given up there by 3D Max. That was kind of there, you know, in a gift basket with some fruit, you know, with a nice bow on top. And 3D Max kind of, then they snuck a bottle of Mintu in there, right? And they just handed it to the Frenchman.
It could have been something like that. It's definitely a little bit disappointing because I think the Finnish team being on the less favored side, that 3-0 start is always such a good foundation. Now it's a little bit sketchy. If they win this round, they bring it back, and they actually do more than just bring it back. They put Epsilon in a really weird position, but if they lose it, it could be the start of the French reign here.
Now the question, do 3D Max... There's a lot of lumber in Finland. I'm sure they can build a guillotine pretty quickly, right?
I'm absolutely sure.
Alright, well, how long will the rain last for Epsilon then? Whoa, the headshots! Hello, Scream.
Yeah, really good spray actually from Scream, which is a little bit unusual there, but he gets 2, gets down finally. GMX takes Natsu down mid-air, and all Natsu wanted to do was look down into Pit. GMX going to find a follow-up kill, and it's good to see the French leader coming alive, because he was definitely lacking on Mirage, but seems to be doing better at the end here. Biggie will pick up the kill, and it's a pretty clean round from Epsilon. They're going to be fine. If they only lose 2 players per round, that's absolutely okay.
That's acceptable, because they still have 3 guys who are going to be able to drop for those players, no problem at all. Hell, I mean, one of those players, Scream, can just full buy it, no problem. Only one drop happening, and that's Uzi who's going to take the hit financially. So now Epsilon are starting to recover a little bit here. 3D Max, they just fell short of getting those 3 rounds before they really had to deal with Epsilon with rifles. Now 3D Max, what's the solution here? I like the Kenny smoke going down here from Epsilon, though. Cutting off the cross towards second mid, giving them a wall there to basically peek into second mid and try and set up a crossfire on anybody pushing up there. But no targets.
Well, it's a nice idea, and I think they were put off a little bit by 3D Max just spamming through the smoke from bottom mid, but I don't really know what the answer is. I don't know if 3D Max know either. I mean, Alu bought a Tech 9, just casual Tech 9. I'm not sure why he's not giving it to someone else at this point, because he's got 7 health. Why not throw it to Corona or Thunder and Archer or anyone but him, basically? He's feeling it, but only for a second. Goes down, Foxio with the triple, and that's going to be 3-2, moving into the 6th round. Alu hasn't got a kill yet, so maybe that's why, Samler. Maybe he's like, it's my turn.
Yeah, possible. Yeah. The one other guy, actually, who doesn't have a kill yet is Uzi. Uzi's struggling a little bit here for Epsilon. Not really mattering, of course, when Scream, is able to just pick up shots at will and GMX as well. But let's see now. 3D Max, this is their round at this point. This is where they really need to just put a dent in Epsilon. They can't let Epsilon run away with this. If they don't win this round, they need to lose this round by killing 4 guys and letting the bomb blow up with another one. Because they need to stop Epsilon's money from growing at this point, or it's going to get out of control.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, Epsilon won the first round in an eco where they picked up rifles as well, meaning they had a lot more money going into the next round, which they also won, only losing 2, so they're already a really big step in the right direction in terms of building a strong economy, and that's going to be important as well. He's at almost 10,000 on GMX and almost 10,000 on Biggie, and that's already a little bit too much. So yes, you're right. If they lose, they at least got to kill a bunch of people, but preferably they just continue winning here. I don't think 3D Max are particularly excited about the idea of playing Dust 2 against Epsilon here.
No. Although I would love to see Alu versus FXO in a op battle. Depends if Stonda would be picking up the AWP for 3D Max or if Alu would have it, but that would be a really entertaining matchup. Now, nice positioning by Uzi, though. Takes out Disturbed, who was trying to push into B site, but that was just a distraction. This is all about A site, but GMX is in a great position to deal with this.
Oh, really well played, GMX, but they still get the entry here. I mean, they're in a 2-on-3. They're a man down, but GMX was boosted up just seconds before that push unleashed itself. Natu has by far the majority of the health. Alu's got 1 kill. They've got 1 kill each, in fact. They need to do really well, and Natu's going to go on the offensive here. He's not going to sit back in the bomb sign. That's going to pay off. He gets the 1 kill. He has to do a little bit more. He goes to fight Biggie, but will end up going down, and the defuse will happen without any issue here. So nice attempt, but it wasn't enough, and Alu's health was so low as well that made it really rough for him to try and hold Pit.
Yeah, he peeks out, and that's such a common peak spot as well that Epsilon aren't going to miss the opportunity to shoot him in the face if they see him there. So that was brutal for Alu, but Natu in particular. At that point, I like that he went offensive. He tried to just be aggressive and get in their face at Library, but from that point forward, 1v2, both of them coming up short. Even if one guy on Epsilon dies, the second man should be able to kill Natu. So it's almost like an impossible situation unless Natu can pull off some godlike spray. So now, let's see, 3D Max, very limited nades. Very limited nades. They literally have 2 flashes and a smoke to work with, 3D Max. This is looking real rough. And Scream going with the pop flash.
Oh, he gets 1. He wants to fall back because Foxio's also picked up a kill there in a great position here, Epsilon. And Scream unleashes more death up in the apartments. It's Disturbed and Stonda left. And they are in a 2-on-4 right now. Things are not looking hot at all here for the Finnish team. They could be about to be 5-2 down. And as you said, they had few grenades and they've spent all of them now. So now it's just down to plain shots. Foxio going to pick up a second kill for himself. He flashes himself in with a nice little pop there, but Stonda's going to take 1 headshot, looking for more, but won't find it this time.
And just like that, Uzi's got 2 frags. It's the beginning of the comeback.
5-2.
Yeah, exactly. 5-2. That's the thing. I'm just trying to think of, like, how can 3D Max get back in here? And Eco is basically it. These 4 spies that they're going for without the nades, without the necessary nades to really execute a take, they aren't working. So 3D Max, I'm glad that they decide to stop the bleeding before it gets out of control and they pass out. They're stopping the bleeding and they're just going with a couple nades here, and then they'll be able to full buy in the next round, full nades, and really go in swinging.
Oh, timing is perfect here. Biggie, he's going to get overrun. He sprays down 1 and 2, and that's huge. If he only gets the 1 kill, things are very different now, but the bomb is going to go down. GMX gets shot just as the smoke blooms. Perfect timing for Stonde. 3D Max had this thought out so incredibly well. I cannot even really fathom how perfect that timing was. If they'd pushed a little bit sooner, Foxio would have taken 1 shot, fallen back, and Biggie was behind him with a Molotov, and they would have failed that completely. But they did it just as Epsilon pulled out. That was very, very cool. Now it's a 2v2. Bomb is down and ticking. There's already 1 guy defusing Stonde. Can he save this? He's in the smoke just hiding. Are they even realizing? He's going to walk up right behind him. If they don't see this, he can get the kill. He stops the bomb from being defused, and I think Stonde may have just won the round. Misses the kill, but it doesn't matter. There's a chance knife going on, and Scream gets it, but it doesn't matter. They lose the round, and Epsilon, they're going to be shocked at that one. That was an eco for 3D Max, and they won it.
And, you know, speak about going for an eco so they can really get in a solid round in the 9th, you know, really do some damage. Right, 3D Max, they don't care. They just go in with a clever play that works perfectly, and then Stonde pretty much saves them at the end. Once the first 2 members there got picked off by Epsilon, it was all on Stonde, and he just played marvelously well there at the end. And he even, oh no, rather it's Alu. Actually, it's a double op setup here for 3D Max.
Yeah.
So one of the ops is there, but Alu gets the first kill on Foxio, or rather on GMX, who was peeking at top mid.
And we have an obligation to mention that double up setups on the T side of Inferno is pretty rare. Like, that does not happen very often, so yeah, 3D Max are feeling it. Not afraid to invest into a lot here, and since they already got the first pick-off, that's good news. If they can get 1 more with an AWP, that'll pretty much confirm that this is a good investment. Look at Foxio, though.
Yeah, Fox is going to have to do something big here.
Well, Stonde is down there. Alright.
Oh, they're already going to cut him off. 1 HE, but look at this. He catches him with the nade in his hand, and he misses the opportunity. Fox, so quick on his feet, gets out of harm's way.
Still gonna go down. Scream up in the balcony. Also gets dropped, and it's the return of Natu here. And look at Epsilon already deciding this is not worth it. We're gonna run away and save what we have, and they should. Because, well, at least 2 of them are very low on money. Uzi and Biggie and Foxio could still buy. So saving 2 rifles right now is pretty much perfect. 3D Max finding a 4th round, and in very cool style, I would say. And you were asking earlier what the way back into it would be, and my recommendation for 3D Max wouldn't have been what they did. Obviously, that worked really well. I actually thought they should put some pressure on Archway, because it seems to me like Epsilon are very fond of holding quad and apartments a lot. Like, they seem to be heavy up in apartments and heavy over at the balcony pit area. So smoke off that section and just run for Arch. That was my idea, but this obviously worked really well. Oh well, the double up remains. They're so confident it's gonna work that they're gonna keep doing it.
And we have the Paws of Doom. If I'm not mistaken? It's looking like Foxio or GMX. I'd be really surprised if it was Foxio. It's got to be GMX.
I mean, it could be anyone at this point, right? They've all been exposed to it.
Has Foxio been exposed to it?
I don't know. I think
Scream and GMX for sure, the both of them. But okay, it looks like just a hiccup actually. Very surprisingly smooth match so far, considering it's Epsilon playing.
There are some teams that are just worse than others, and Natsu's getting some water. That's what we were paused for. Fair enough, Natsu. That's important.
Yeah, gotta stay hydrated, right? Especially at his ripe age. Use the child's Scream.
More like whiskey. Stylish old man. Oh, Disturbed. You can't say that. He's not old. He's experienced or anything but old. Don't do that. Especially now when the rest of us old people
he's
are
very
watching.
far from old, man. He's very far from old. Wait, how old is Not 2? Isn't he like 30...
2, I think?
32, yeah. 31, 32, something like that.
That's nothing, right? That's absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
That's
man.
when
in this
life...
day and age with modern medicine and everything, you're still in your prime. You're still in your youth.
Life starts at 30. That's what I want to believe at any rate.
Oh, mentally at least. These days, you offset it by like 5 years. So like if you like, 20 years ago, if you were 18, now it's like you're 25 and you're just getting to the same level of maturity.
Yes.
Something like that.
I think that's pretty much accurate. In
So,
the meantime,
you're still a 25-year-old Anders. Don't worry. It's all good.
I'm glad to hear it, Sam. I'm really glad to hear it. Well, while Natsu's coming back, I'm hypnotizing our audience into following us on Twitter in case anyone hasn't already. So just listen to the sound of my voice and follow us on Fire Anders and On Fire Semler. Go and do that right now, guys. Just I know you want to. All right, and I mean, now that we asked the question, what can 3D Max do? And they seem to have come up with their own answer. They didn't even need our help, which is not really unsurprising. Well, it's not really surprising. But now Epsilon, what could they do in turn? They've been trying to play it aggressively in abs and a little bit towards top of banana, but they haven't gone aggressively all in on taking bottom banana, though. I mean, they've been smoking off top banana and just kind of holding there, so maybe that could change. More aggression. Because I feel like playing it safe right now versus 3D Max could be dangerous.
I'm thinking more peaks, and Foxio, he's got his gun. Foxio has got his AWP. And he's going banana as well with it, so this could be real fun. This could be real interesting. He goes for the quick peek shot, and he's going to get chased away. Decides not to re-peek. That was pretty much just, if it works, great. If it doesn't, we're not taking the risk. We're not going to force the issue. We're just going to put 3D Max back on their heels a little bit, slow them down, and then play it safe.
Yeah, and it was like a fire and forget kind of moment. He runs all the way back to Archway. Doesn't even want to stick around for a second longer. So a little bit of time wasted, but 3D Max, I mean, they're not too rattled right now. They're just continuing on. You can see Stonda is creeping up in the apartments, which I would say is a dangerous move alone. Scream has been playing here so often. He gets the... What was that, like a collarbone shot and the grenade to follow on GMX? I think he basically shot him through the collarbone then, and somehow he didn't die.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Dangerous.
That was close. That was real close. Very clever play there by Disturbed as well. Man advantage. I wouldn't be surprised to see 3D Max actually commit to a B-side push, but Epsilon are already rotating around. Stonda picking up this kill. A the double. Foxio picked off a short, and there you have it. Double entry kill gifted from Stonda. Triple kill in the round, and that's pretty much the end. Epsilon once again not even going out of their sight. They're just sitting over their Anders. They aren't even moving.
Now, honestly, maybe I am just ignorant of Stonda's level here, because I mean, I think Vendetta did warn me that he's actually like a really, really good AWPer, but that looked like some Aslak level play coming out from Stonda, then just basically single-handedly taking over the bomb site. That's very cool. Biggie now alone, they're even going to try and catch Epsilon's rifle here, and if the Frenchmen lose everything, I mean, regardless, they might have to save. They really will have to save, but yeah, Biggie goes down, Alu with the last kill. 3D Max on their way to 2-0ing Epsilon right now. These 5 rounds are huge for 3D Max. They make a big difference.
It gives them so much room to maneuver with. I mean, then they still have another 5 rounds left in this half. 5 rounds in this half. It's not looking too hot here. It really isn't looking too hot for Epsilon if 3D Max managed to pick this up. But then, what happened on Mirage, Anders? You're saying the same thing. And then the second half rolled around.
Does it stay on Mirage? Is that what you're getting at here?
No, I mean, that's the question. That's the thing. Does it stay on Mirage? I mean, history repeats itself, right? Or at least it has a tendency to.
That is without doubt true. But I don't know. I think Epsilon have to be a lot more worried. I think this is... Making a comeback on the T side of Inferno, I think, is a little bit more difficult than it is on the T side of Mirage, to be honest. Yeah, I would say so. So I think they need to win the rest of the rounds here. Make it 10-5, but it's not easy. Fox goes down as well, and, well, Biggie's still on the bomb site with a 5-7 in hand, but they could do whatever they like. They've got so much time. They didn't have to commit to this bomb site. They could just wrap back around towards A, and that would also be an easy take against Scream and GMX. As good as they are, holding with just pistols, it's not enough right now.
No, it's they're going to be hard pressed, to put it lightly. Although they are making the right call, rotating all 3 over here. So this could get scary. Biggie's in a decent position. Alu's trying to find the entry, but Disturbed is just going to run in. Now the question is whether, well, no, never mind. I just got the answer, and then I got the answer to that follow-up question I was about to ask as well. Scream and GMX just get obliterated, and that was about as clean as it gets for 3D Max.
That was Disturbed picking up an ace, by the way. He killed every single person in that one, so that is kind of scary as well. Don't really know what to think about that, but yeah, that's just that's a powerful move. 6-5. It was an eco round from Epsilon, yes, but one that they would have loved to have been able to win. Now 9-6 is the best they can do. If they lose this round again, they might choose to force it up just based on Biggie's money. He could pretty job it from us for someone, and they can, maybe they'll make it work anyway. Because I think they don't want to give up any more rounds. Like they have to keep winning now. And that's the most important thing. 3D Max, on the other hand, they actually have like a really decent economy. This is starting to get really scary for Epsilon.
Oh, I think they're glad they're wearing the brown pants right now, because it's past that point of getting scary, and now it's outright terrifying. Inferno is a totally different beast from Mirage, so having 6 rounds for 3D Max already, still rounds left in the half. Epsilon under pressure right now. This is looking real good for the Finns. Let's see, Stonda's looking to reproduce the magic over here on short. He may catch. He doesn't spot him. He does! He turns around in time. GMX missing shots, crucial shots. Stonda does not miss his one shot to get the job done. And there you go. Doesn't count so much as an entry. The team isn't going to be following up behind this, but that still puts Epsilon back on their heels.
Nice double from Uzi, though. Instant double dink coming out. Disturbed and Karan gone. Stonda still doing work, getting a kill over there. Now 2 dies with the bomb as well. So now it's down to the double up to make it work, and Alu's not going to miss his step either. Fox Show all alone, 1-on-2. 10 seconds left, and Alu's got the bomb out. Fox comes through. Oh, and Alu, he gets the shot anyway, makes it a double, and it's the 2 orbs. They just pull 3D Max through. That has got to be upsetting, Samla.
I don't even know, Anders. I thought Alu was done 2 times over. When Natu died with the bomb, they had to commit. They realized they don't have enough time to back off and go to A. Stonda has given them the kills. He's given them the bomb site, but they can't react. They have to go forward. Natu dies. Horrible. Alu, the bomb is dropped out in the middle of nowhere. It's just not, that should never have happened. Alu with some magical play there to put Epsilon up at 7. Or rather, 3D Max up at 7, sorry. Epsilon back on pistol.
And without a doubt, if Alu goes down with 10 seconds left, all Foxio has to do is hide somewhere, and he'll win the round automatically. There's nothing Stonda can do coming in from CT spawn, so... Oh,
man.
It's a gut-wrenching round. Gut-wrenching. GMX.
Oh, he gets spotted.
Standing in the fire as well. Never a fun time. He's trying to still battle it out here, and somehow they're not hitting him, and I'm not sure why. They got a follow-up Molotov, and he's gonna jump out. Yeah, well, the room was on fire, and he can't stand the heat any longer.
It's too hot, man. It's too hot in the hot tub. Oh, Disturbed, man. Double entry over on B side, however. Foxio is going to be rotating over. Corona's missing a lot of shots with that spray. But in the end, he will get the job done. Takes out Scream with the Glock instead. So, man, this is well past that point. This is pretty much just out of control now for 3D Max. They've got 3 guys above $10,000 after a full buy. Like, that is an obscene amount of money to have on T-side Inferno. So Epsilon at this point have really just got to be wondering, what the hell can we do to actually get back into this game and have an impact? And at this point, I'm really trying to think if clever play is going to be what's necessary, or if they should just be trying to just sit back on the site and play as passive as possible. I'm thinking, yeah, like exactly what they're doing right now. You know, sit back, try and play as passive as possible, and try and just make the right call as to where 3D Max are coming in.
They're doing a similar setup that they've been doing pretty much all along, which is a little bit weak towards archery, which is why I said earlier I think 3D Max could benefit from going arch, but they really haven't. That hasn't been the key to their success at all. They've just been getting mean entry frags all over the place. And Epsilon have been just hiccuping a little bit now. Going up here with the AWP out. Stunned is ready and waiting. He's going to take the shot, and that's easy for Scream to follow up with. So a good 1-2 punch there, but Natsu still comes up with a kill on Uzi, so it's really back to square one for Epsilon.
Well, okay, as far as things are concerned here, 30 seconds. This is actually starting to get a bit scary here for 3D Max. They have to make a call where they want this bomb to go. I mean, they've got control of quad now. Corone up here with the help of Alu. And they are going to be moving up short. GMX just barely makes it into pit in time. That's crucial, and he does sick damage to Alu as well. Now GMX, he's got the Molotov. It's all about buying time. 15 seconds left on this clock, and 3D Max, they are not on the bomb site yet.
The fire spreads to Alu as well, so that's a little bit unfortunate. 7 seconds here. They are in the bomb site, but Disturbed is in a 1-on-3, and he's boxed in. He cannot survive this round. No bomb plant either, which doesn't really matter at this point for 3D Max. They have so much money for the 15th round, they could buy whatever the hell they want. Epsilon, it has to finish 7-8, then they have to win the pistol, and even then they'll be far behind. This is a very, very good first half for 3D Max.
Indeed, indeed. This is just very, I mean, it's very good because now they even have a chance to end it 9-6 T side and with a full buy as well. Alu took a lot of nade damage there though, so that's going to hurt him. Not really doing too much either. Not the best start here for 3D Max. This is actually looking pretty good here for Epsilon.
They can pick up the last round. I mean, it's the first step in the right direction. The Finnish team, they seem like they're sort of aggressive towards top of banana, but the fact that the bomb is still in second mid is a big indication that, again, they just want those entry frags. They've pushed Epsilon back into the bomb site, and that much has been accomplished. Now they have more room to move around with and potentially throw some fakes. It's a little bit harder to fake out a CT side if they have control of banana, because they're going to have so much more of a clue about what you're doing. Now, Foxio here is going to flash himself in, AK in hand. Smoke dissipates, and he's going to get the first kill. But is anyone going to follow up there? Stonda comes out of Boiler Room with the AWP to take the kill. And he's looking down towards Pit as well for another one.
But again, only 30 seconds left for 3D Max. This time around, they're setting their sights on B. He's going to spot Uzi, but he does not get that frag, and there's still a man alive in CT right now. Smoke goes out. That's going to block off Biggie, but Uzi gets the crucial frag. Disturbed instantly returns on him, however. Biggie does not commit. Through the smoke, Disturbed catches Biggie. And, well, there you go. Lights out. That is it. 3D Max will have that 9th round.
It's such a big risk to play with one man in archway like this, because if Stonda, if they don't get the B bomb site, Stonda's just kind of alone and can't win the round anymore. But when it works, it's like a double payout, because all of a sudden Stonda's in the middle of the map, blocking anyone from rotating in. Scream just running with his knife out. He jumps and gets the headshot. What the hell did we just see? Scream has just let go of everything. He's got no more fear left, just running in to try and take this 1-on-3. He's already killed one, but he's out of time, and this is going to finish 9-6 in favor of 3D Max. He goes down, Disturbed with a triple, also top fragging in the game right now at 14 kills, and he was one of the two people who was bottom fragging on Mirage. Well, he's right back in here on Inferno. 9-6 finish for 3D Max. That's painful for Epsilon, very painful.
Yeah, this is agonizing. And they aren't wasting any time at all either. No pause to talk things over, no bathroom break or whatever, right? They are getting right into the second half here, no time wasted. So now we get to see if the reverse is possible here for Epsilon. Because last time on Mirage it was 8-7. Epsilon, they had an edge and they couldn't keep hold of it. Now the question is whether Epsilon are the ones to bounce back on their T side. Is the magic possible here, Anders? Do you have faith in the Frenchman?
I absolutely don't. I think 3D Max they're looking much better than they have for the last couple of days. That boot camp, maybe that's it. Maybe they've just discovered themselves again, because I mean, before the boot camp they were playing just fine as well. So I don't know. They've had a couple of weeks of slump, and now they're back in it again. That's good to see.
It's good for the soul, right? A couple of weeks slumming it.
Exactly. Relaxing.
The bowels of Helsinki.
Relaxing in a Finnish sauna somewhere. Doesn't sound too bad, but you got to remember how to play Counter-Strike as well. Though Disturbed goes down, it's a good entry frag and a follow-up one from Uzi. It's going to be a double for him. Alu here in Library. He's not looking for anything to read. He's looking for someone to kill, but it's not going to go his way. So this is a good start for Epsilon. It's the first step in the right direction. Small step.
Certainly is. I think we might have cursed 3D Max here with all that praise going into this half. This is definitely looking just, yeah, seeks out from library or from Boiler rather. He's going to take out Stonda. Natu was waiting for Foxio, but this is just a very low impact frag. It isn't really going to have any kind of effect on the rest of the round. He picks up another one. He gets 3.
Wow.
I mean, this is just money in his pocket, but it doesn't do anything for him as far as picking up the round.
No, I definitely won't. But it's still got to feel a little bit bad for Epsilon. Just annoying more than anything, probably, losing all these kills. He gets 4 kills. Now to where were you at the beginning of the round? Couldn't they just
Exactly.
If they could have done that to start off with, it would have been a different round. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. Money in his pocket. Is it going to go to anything? Is he going to spend it on something crazy? Scout armor? No, he's just going to buy body armor. And a gun. There it is. I love it.
Yeah, he wants more money. That's the solution, right? You
Yeah,
get 4 kills, you get an extra 1,200 bucks. Get a Nova. Thank you, sir.
And 2 flashbangs on a smoke gun and Molotov. This is this is very good.
But where can he position himself? Where is he set up with this? B site? Yeah, B site, but he's long range B site. He would need to be up by cart or something. Like, as they come around the corner towards top banana, towards car, if he could sit there with the Nova, that would be big.
Yeah, and you're right. Positioning is the key when you have a shotgun like that. So I think he's going to rely on his teams to make really good calls for him and say, this is where they're coming. I mean, his team is over at A. They got 3 people here, and this might just be an attempt to say, we want to force you into B. We really, really wanted to go B. You can even go archway if you want to, sneak archer if you want, and end up at B. We just need you to go close to that shotgun and you know, who knows what can happen. There's like you definitely do get like that angry old man feeling from Natu. I think he could be on the porch with a shotgun, making sure people don't come close. Corona disturbed here. They got a good crossfire. Great flashbang on Alu, but he makes it around the corner regardless. This is definitely going to pop off in the A bomb site right now. Fox goes down up by the balcony. Caron charges in, takes down Wob. Oh, he couldn't make it into apartments. If he'd gone in there with the Galil, that would have been big. As it is, Epsilon still stand to win the round.
All right, where's Papa Natu? Well, he's not going to need it. He's not going to be needed there at quad. It's not a fans the kill on Biggie, but we're still into a 2-on-2 retake. Natu with the shotty, but Scream has got a great position to catch him at range. Nothing Natu could do there. Stonda trying to rush up onto the site, but again, that crossfire scenario, when you come up short like that, if there's a guy in pit and a guy on bomb site, it's incredibly difficult to execute the retake. You're just going to get shot in the back every single time.
Yes, that's what it's down to. But there's 100 ways that round could have worked out for 3D Max. Epsilon, I'd say almost barely hanging in there. Like, to lose that many players in an eco round is still painful, but they have a chance to make it 9-9. And then comes the rifles. I still think this still feels very far away for me, but it's doable. Of course it's doable. Natu just shooting a few pellets at Uzi, doing minimal damage. When GMX checking apartments, is he going to run into Disturbed? He will, to take the kill quick as well. No hesitation. Always a little bit dangerous up in the apartments. I don't like that if you're looking the wrong way, but GMX is pretty fast and efficient. Caron going to peek right in, and he can't deal with GMX either. Down on Banana, they're going to get Biggie at least, so sort of a consolation prize, I guess.
Yeah, the Galil. I'm sure they wish they had an AK. Maybe they'll... No, never mind. Scream does what Biggie couldn't. Biggie had the opportunity for a triple spray down. He missed because they were able to spread out. Scream, however, he's got the reactions of a cat, Anders. A young cat. Just lightning fast, right? So, maybe not even a cat. Maybe he's like a mongoose. But Scream doesn't miss the opportunity. He mauls them. And now we have 3D Max actually going with the rifles, with the nades and everything going in here. 19th round, and pretty much the crucial round, the deciding round of this map, nearly. Because if 3D Max can pick it up here, Epsilon might break. If Epsilon pick it up, then 3D Max might break. So this is big.
Yeah. I mean, even if Epsilon win this round, I still think they are technically behind. Like, even if they make it to 11-9, I'd still say 3D Max are favored to win at that point. But obviously, winning it is like it's like the first, again, more steps in the right direction. It's just such a long slope they have to climb here. Alu gets the opening frag, and there's more people waiting. A lot of flashes raining through, but the Finnish people, they just don't care. They're going to get the kills anyway here. The Sturb goes down. There's one more waiting archway. Stonda is going to fall back, but look who's coming up from behind. It's Natu with that dreaded FAMAS doing a lot of damage onto GMX. Now they're going to try and double team him. And Biggie will find that kill, so that's definitely well worth it now. How are the last two 3D Max members going to position themselves? Because they are not quite sure what's going on at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Now they kind of have guesswork to do. I mean, 30 seconds right now. Stonda rotated all the way over to B already. He was holding at Arch originally, but they have to play it safe. They have to at least have one guy on each site just because they don't know where Epsilon are going at this point. Bomb up on balcony, though. This is really interesting. Caron, if he spots them out early, they're so low on balcony. If he can avoid Biggie, this could be big. He can shut them down.
There's so little time left. They need to get in here.
7 seconds. Where's the bomb? Get the bomb out of the bomb site. That's it. They win.
Run, Stonda, run. Oh, there it is. If he peeks and gets headshot, that's the most painful way to lose a round. But Epsilon, you're right. They had so little health. It's almost like, I mean, normally you'd say, why don't they just run? But with 2 health, I mean, if the bomb dies... Oh...
And as they literally went to the worst possible part of the map, place on the map that they could go for that situation. That's pretty much it. Just the fact that they went out through apartments through a choke point where they had like 26 HP total between the two of them.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right, Sumner. That is pretty much the worst place you could go. Oh my god. Alu pushes down middle, aggressive style coming out here in a round that Epsilon must win. And he survives on 1 health, taking down Foxo, who's also... one of the important key players for Epsilon. So this is all sorts of painful right now for the Frenchmen. They are not enjoying life right now. And if they lose this round, they're going to be ecoing, or maybe they'll force it up, but either way, they won't have very much money, and they might very well just be put so far back that winning the map is going to be very hard.
Looking at the setup right now, it's looking like a pretty standard smoke setup, actually. Smoke round from for B side here from Epsilon. This is textbook. Question is, Stonda with that Mag 7, he's already in position. He's holding up close, and Natu is rotated into support. He's hiding behind Pool, but Scream finds the headshot, as he often does. And this is looking like Epsilon can just basically thank Scream for giving them this round, potentially.
No! He goes down. There's another Mag 7 there on Caron. Now he has to go and pick up the bomb in yellow. Fighting Disturbed and missing the shots here. He's going to be put to rest and in a pretty comfortable position, it seems like. 11-9. I think you're right, though. I think Scream very nearly gave Epsilon that round. He even wanted to put the bomb down, and he didn't receive enough cover for it. Oh, no.
Yeah, they just, I mean... Scream gave them 2 entries, and as I finish saying that sentence, he just dies instantly because they weren't able to protect him as he was planning. That's really rough, especially considering how hard those shots could be. Basically, Scream had to just walk in, get the kills, and do it so quickly. It just wasn't meant to be that time, and the real problem here now is that Epsilon are starting to lose momentum in this half. After losing that 19th round and most importantly, losing that 20th round, this is really starting to weigh on Epsilon because we see them now with pistols. 3D Max, however, are going to be able to start putting some money together after that. If they can just shut down this pistol round from Epsilon, if they can just shut it down, keeping at least 3 guys alive, 3D Max, they're going to start to feel, you know, the corners of their mouths start to lift a little bit to maybe just a little bit of a grin, Anders.
I don't know their finish. They really don't smile a lot, but
Actually,
yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Never mind.
I know what you're saying, though. I think you're right. I
think Natu then is going to like go over to the other side of the house, right? And he'll start just cranking up the temperature on the sauna a little bit. He'll be like, I'll start letting it warm up, right?
I'm ready. Victory sauna could be the case. I wouldn't put it past him. One Molotov already gone up, but Natu has a second one. They're ready to fry some Frenchmen if they try and come through here, which it looks like they will. I predict an absolute apocalypse slaughter going on over here. Stonda, though, quickly headshot it. They're trying to run in, and Natu will pick up the kill. They really don't have time for this Epsilon. They have to go. 20 seconds now, and Natu's going to show up as well. They get the 1 kill now. Sandbags. Stonda could be going down. Great work from Epsilon. Much better than I thought here. They run into Alu. He gets the 1, but he's being backstabbed as well. Fox Show. Oh, he misses the shot. And by the time he gets it, it's too late. He can't win the round any longer, unfortunately. He will also go down to Caron there, but also to Disturb. But even if he hadn't, he wouldn't have had time for the plant, I think. And it would have been, well, it is 12-9 now. Epsilon can buy, but it's their window of opportunity is closing really fast.
It's almost right here, basically. They need to get it big here. Let's see at the money right now, though. That was a bit too expensive for 3D Max, I think. They had the aggressive position at top banana like that. It didn't really pay off just because they ended up losing those 2. Then Alu went down. I mean, 3 guys, that was actually a solid eco round for Epsilon. 3D Max, they don't have that mountain of cash yet to fall back on. So it's still very close right now. If 3D Max were to lose this, they could be in an awkward force buy situation. They may even decide to eco off of it. So let's see.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there is like some light at the end of the tunnel for Epsilon. If they can start winning rounds, then it's
yeah, it's
doable.
like that pinhole camera, right? You know, there's just a little bit of light coming in, Anders. But the picture is there still.
Let's see. Oh, fuck show. If you could have turned this corner before Disturbed showed up, I don't think Alu would have guessed that someone was that close behind him, but he gets caught in the end. And like you said, Foxio is one of those people, once he sees the opening, he's just going to go for it, never mind what everyone else on the team says. And that might have been one of those times where it's like, well, I'm just going to go. Disturbed takes down the bomb carrier and one more with him as well. And they do get into a 2v3, but 30 seconds, they have to get this bomb down right now. And looks like Epsilon actually will, so but that is the first good thing for Epsilon now in this round. They just need to win this 2v3.
Oh, and they have the smoke to block off long as well. So this now gets really difficult here for 3D Max. They have to wait for that smoke to block. At least Alu is here just as the bomb gets planted. They still have time, but they're going to start walking up short. And again, crossfire time. Natu getting sprayed down. Biggie needed to get the second frag on Stonda, but he doesn't do it. And Alu finds GMX in pit. Biggie needed to, if he could have picked up that second frag on Stonda, that spray down, that would have been perfect. Epsilon, they could have held. GMX could have played a bit more passively in pit, and it could have gone their way. But him not being able to pick up Stonda just made it so rough there.
I mean, if you think about it, it's actually impressive that it even got that close for Epsilon, because Disturbed took 3 kills in Archway before the round really started going Epsilon's way. So, yeah, a lot of stuff really happening that round, and in the end, it's a now 4-round lead for 3D Max. Epsilon decide to force it up here. They can't really wait any longer, and they did get the bomb plant, so they had the money for it. Just barely, but they are lacking in grenades a little bit, and they're certainly lacking weaponry. No AWP on Foxo, and the Galil here for Uzi, and then the blind shot through from Natu, taking Biggie down to 11 or 10 health. Oh, Epsilon are not finding much luck at the moment.
And Alu's now got an op to play with as well. Where? Oh, that angle, that angle, that angle! They're gonna get the smoke down though. Alu, don't peek through the smoke. Alu, don't peek through the smoke. Okay. He backs off, but we lose Corona on short. This is actually looking like Epsilon might have that entry onto the site.
Yeah, they do, which is actually impressive. Down on long as well, already down the middle. Natu turns 180 to get the kill. They're still running away, but with that kill, I mean, I actually thought they might think twice about that. Well, 3D Max don't have a lot of money, so you can't really blame them for wanting to save. Now, there was something really weird that happened over at Archway, which is Alu was standing at the corner, and I'm pretty sure the shot that he took went through the wall and hit the guy that was hiding behind. So Alu actually fired at the guy he didn't really intend to hit. He only took him down to 35. I think it was Uzi who got tagged there, but that was a little bit dangerous as well. Though it will be around for Epsilon, they make it work. They get those entries in Archway, and it's going to be 10-13.
There's still going to be enough for 2 FOMOS drops on 3D Max's side, so... yeah, man, I mean, it's still not the dominant either rounds. Like, victories... When 3D Max won, it wasn't in the dominant fashion it needed to be in for them to really just establish, you know, the lead that they needed to just close this game completely. And Epsilon, their wins have been really, I mean, their round wins have been looking good. 3D Max still managing to save, though, so they are going to have a shot at it here, but it's close. If they lose this round, 3D Max, Epsilon are right back in this game.
There is a way in. And Dust 2 is the 3rd map, so I mean, at that point, Epsilon will be feeling good about themselves, though. Alu?
What a shot from Alu. What a shot from Alu. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, with Alu getting that kind of opening, things go from bad to much worse. Disturbed also going to pick off GMX, and now to ready for Fox to come around the corner. Uzi and Scream, if they could get the bomb plant here, it would be big, but Uzi's going to go down with the bomb up in apartments. Coron ready for it. 3D Max, they're done playing. They do not want to see Dust 2. They want to take this 2-0 victory and go to the LAN finals here at the ESL Pro League. It's looking likely. Disturbed dropping 21 kills in just 25 rounds. Really big comeback from him personally in this game because, like I said, on Mirage, he didn't exactly underperform, but he was certainly at the bottom of the scoreboard, and he's been playing much better. I think he was at the bottom with Natu, and they're actually the two people top fragging. So it's like 3D Max just taking turns to perform well. A healthy sign, I would say.
Agreed. right now, and look at this. I mean, 3D Max, they've practically got this in the bag. Epsilon, they're going for the win right now. They're aiming for overtime. It's not just a YOLO buy out of them just trying to force it up and see what they can do. They're just going for pistols, a few nades, some Kevlar, and they are really aiming to run it back 15 rounds in a row. But we'll see if they're capable. I mean, Corone right now, he's setting it up strong. Bomb has been dropped. He gets overwhelmed. Uzi's going to be able to get out there, and Uzi turns around and takes out Disturbed.
Yeah, he wants a little bit more with the Deagle here. They're in a 3-on-3, and the bomb is only now just going down, so it's like they have, they still have a lot of time to play with on the CT side. GMX waiting here. Tech9 missing the shots, and you can't afford that. Natsu's going to take him down now. Scream is going to at least win the fight against Natsu, but there's still some time left here. Stonda comes walking in. Scream has to reload. Uzi. Deagle goes down. Scream, the last man standing. He's in a 1-on-2. He's got more and more bullets left. He's going to end up going down in spite of everything that they did that round. And Uzi with a double Deagle kill at the beginning. They end up losing it regardless, and that's going to be not just map, but match point here for 3D Max. This is an impressive victory. Not the comeback on Mirage is great, but on Inferno, they've looked rock solid from start to finish.
They have looked very good. They have definitely looked very good. Although, as far as movement is concerned, I think Alu's getting stifled a little bit with that AWP. Just a small thing to note. Disturbed stepping in front of him a lot there towards the end. And that's, I think, why he decided to just chuck the AWP away. He was like, I'm done with this. Because it happened the round before that as well with the retake. So, just small details that are being pointed out here. But 3D Max definitely looking good. They've got everything they need here to take this 2-0. Epsilon, however, after that round of eco, that was the statement. They said, we are going to go 5 rounds in a row right here. And this is the beginning. This is where it happens.
Overtime at this point. I mean, if they bring it that far, probably 3D Max is going to hate themselves so much that it might actually play in Epsilon's favor. Molotov into apartments, and GMX was supposed to be there to catch them coming out, but he'd already been fired on so much that he had to fall back. So I think the timing was missed just slightly. Disturbed does go down. Big opening from Fox.
That's it. Does Foxio actually give it to them, though? The bomb is still waiting in Banana. Smoke is about to clear here, however. Alu is going to just go over towards that site. Or no, does he go? He goes into the fetish corner. Okay, okay. This could be really interesting, but Natu isn't here for a crossfire. He's got the flash into yellow, however, but Uzi walks around the corner, pre-aiming the spot, and Alu is gone. They lose Natu as well. Here we go. Epsilon, a perfect B take for them.
Yeah, well worth it now. They just need to find the remaining members and kill them right now. That's really, really important for Epsilon, because saving a lot of rifles, I mean, it matters on some of them, but if they can afford to throw a couple away here, that's going to be great. And Fox Show, can't find Stonda. And 3D Max, they can only buy on 2 members. I mean, a third one will have saved, so that's going to be cool, but they can't drop for everyone if they only have 1 guy alive. And
yeah,
they might force it up anyway just because they want to finish the game, but they have to be careful that they don't get too overzealous and end up buying too much, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's... I'm wondering about the decision there by Alu at the end to actually get into the corner. It still feels like B site at times can be just one of the most brutal sites to hold in CS, because we've seen it in the past with a lot of teams, right? Cloud9, others. I mean, Cloud9 comes to mind for me because it was something that was brought up a lot by Nothing as well. You know, just like they were off with their timings, and even if you're off with like half a second, right? If Natu throws that flash half a second earlier into pit, then Alu is able to spray down Uzi. He doesn't die, and they are able to set things up and just basically spray Epsilon as they come through the smoke. But because that flash is just half a second too late, Uzi walks around the corner, he kills Alu, and then he kills Natu. So it's just the margins for error on B side holding it as CT are just so slim at this level.
Yeah. Just a little bit. And they were so well prepared for Natsu being there, so no issue at all. Now it's only a 4-round difference. And 3D Max, I mean, they did force it up. But if they lose now, I mean, Epsilon, every round win at this point is almost like a double win, because they're going to bounce from 11 to 13 rounds if they win here, assuming they don't lose an anti-eco at some point, which would be, I mean, that would be devastating. Not just losing the map or the game, but 2 pistols. Not fun at all. Alu, though, is in a really good position here. The smokes might make it difficult for him, but if he can just get a couple of kills here, that's going to be big. Corone disturbed. Corone again, and Epsilon, they get dismantled in the middle. Biggie, the last man standing, 1-on-4. They're not even going to play it safe. They're just going to face him in the middle and fight him with the bomb here. It's Alu to get the last kill, and it's 16-11. Complete victory for 3D Max. No doubt about that.
Yeah, decisive win on Mirage and on Inferno. Just there you go, 3D Max. Epsilon, they did the best that they could, but again, it seems like they weren't able to keep it together versus 3D Max, who in the end, T-side Mirage as well, just dominated them, outright dominated them. 3D Max had an excellent performance on T-side Mirage, and that's actually something that should be kept track of for Asus ROG that's coming up this weekend, is clearly Mirage, one of 3D Max's stronger maps, so if you're going to play them, you want to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and T-side Inferno, I mean, they won, 9 rounds on T-side Inferno? They did it going, as we can tell by the heat map here that's coming up, going both B and A, and a lot of action going on towards quad. I mean, this was just overall really impressive play from the Finnish team, and I don't know, I'm excited. That's good, you're right. They're going into Asus ROG. Now they're also going to LAN finals here at the ESL Pro League, so they're just, they're stepping it as a team. Good news. Well, Semler, that means we're going to go to our next match of the evening, which will be Copenhagen Wolves versus ESC. Now, it's scheduled for 10 minutes from now, so I'm guessing that's going to be the call then. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, this next game is actually going to be, I think, an even closer game than this one could have been. I think this is a very, very interesting match between the two teams, so do not go far. We'll be right back after a really quick break, so stay tuned with us here. ESL Pro League to return in 9 minutes and 25 seconds.